guys, the Curious Owl here, and welcome back to another Top 5 Wednesday video. This week's topic is books that you'll have removed from your TBR. So basically, this topic involves you talking about some books that you had thought you wanted to read for a while, but somehow recently or at some point in your life, you decided that you no longer wanted to read it for one reason or another. So these are in no particular order, but here are the 5 books or series that I have decided I do not want to read anymore. So the first thing that I wanted to discuss is the Chronicles of Narnia series by, I don't even remember what his name is, honestly. I haven't even touched the Narnia series ever in my life. I've seen the movies. I may have picked up the first one at one point when I was like really little after watching The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but I'm not really interested in reading it anymore. Like, I feel like I've missed out on a lot of the old, like, really popular children's, like, beginning chapter books, like, that were fantasy-based, like the Chronicles of Narnia. I don't know, just, it's never been something I've been fully interested in, so it's never really been something I have wanted to get into. Perhaps maybe if I get a little older, I'll want to read it. Not really in any way dying to read the series. The second book is actually one that I just DNF'd at the end of Tome Topple, which was last week, and that is Insomnia by Stephen King. Now, I've removed this from my TBR and DNF'd it because it is incredibly slow and dense, and honestly, I just could not understand what at all was going on. It was like there were 50 different plot things that were going on with this story that were all veering in different directions. There was some kind of supernatural thing going on that I couldn't quite grasp in this story. I just really didn't like it, and I think that it was just not a Stephen King book that I was a fan of. The next series that I have removed from my TBR is the Blue Blood series by Melissa De La Cruz. This is a vampire series, basically dealing with this like community of vampires. Some of them have a little bit more power than others. I read the first book actually and had reviewed it. It was one of the first reviews I did on my channel, and I really didn't like it. I thought that it was very slow building, and I just did not seem to get attached to any of the characters. I really did not like anything going with the story, and I just felt it was very drab and dry, and I couldn't handle it. Next is the Magic series by Angie Stage. This is a much more middle grade story. I listened to the audiobook of this in the fall of 2017, and it's a middle grade story that I had heard so many things about and how a lot of kids really liked it and how it was really interesting. And I enjoyed the book for the time I listened to it, but it was very slow at parts. It really didn't capture my attention in the way that I had expected it to, and there was a lot of questions that I had more than answers, and I have a review for this audiobook specifically from that time that I will share with you guys because I just really thought it was not as good as it was cracked up to be, and because I didn't really care for the first book so much, I've had no interest in reading the rest of this series as well. And finally, the last book I have removed from my TBR is the Delirium series by Lauren Oliver. This is another audiobook that I actually listened to a few months ago. I cannot even begin to explain how annoyed this book made me because I thought the main character was super whiny. I had actually more interest in the best friend character than I did the main character. I really just could not stand this main character for the life of me. I wanted to like her so badly, but I really did not like her. I really could not even get through like the first third of the book without wanting to chuck my phone against a wall. And as an honorable mention, I will also talk about the Shatter Me series by Tahara Mafi. Now, I went into the first audiobook with super high expectations with this series because I heard so many good things about it. But I think those expectations were a little too high for me, as I also DNF'd this one because I really did not care for this main character and also thought she was incredibly whiny. I actually listened to this one just after I had DNF'd Delirium, which really was not great because failing with 2 audiobooks in a row, that's not really a good thing for any reader. It's not a great feeling. I really just did not like this story. I did not like the narration. I did not like the main character, nor the other characters that were involved with the story. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I really did not like the style of the story and have no interest in reading any of the other books in the series. So there you guys go. Those are the top 5 and actually 6, considering the honorable mention, books that I have removed from my TBR for one reason or another. Mostly it's been because I've not really gotten attached to the story, or the stories let me down in some way, and so I've had therefore no interest in reading the other books in the series or reading the rest of the book itself in some cases. So thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. Let me know what books you guys ended up removing from your own TBRs for one reason or another, and maybe recommend me some other books that you think I might like, even if I may not have liked these ones. Or if there's something that you think I might need to look back in with these books, and maybe I'll give them another chance at some point. I really don't know. We'll see what happens, because I've got a lot of books that I have to get through still. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you're not already and you'd like to be, hit that button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!